Oh, hello, and welcome to Aldente Rigmortis. I'm Review Cultist.
I'm Mikey, the U stands for evil.
And I'm the gamer in yellow.
And we're here to discuss those internet stories, most creepy and most pasta, and be critically silly doing it. And tonight we have, for our 600th episode...
Jesus.
No, not quite. Not the story of Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we're going to be reading from the Bible, the scariest story of all. No, we are going to be discussing a story from the Definitive Iceberg list and nominated Pasta of the Month from 2014 on Reddit NoSleep. A story to scare my son. So, yeah, like I said, a story to scare my son was given a bunch of accolades back in 2014 when it was first posted on Reddit NoSleep. So you can check it out there. It's by the user OvenFriend. Yeah, like it was also on, I think it's like the 6th layer down on the definitive creepypasta iceberg for our listings. So that's how I found it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I suppose we should give our initial recommendations before diving into it. I'm going to recommend it.
I am also going to recommend it.
I am also going to recommend it. Well, let's see if all of our positivity can turn into negativity by the end.
see if we can make that a toxic positivity.
Yeah.
Also, I gotta say, like, Mikey, the way you said that, I was like, I will also recommend it. I was like, it actually almost jump scared me.
Wow.
Because I was like, where's he going with this? You're always keeping me on my toes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I suppose without further ado, we should start off with the rundown. So the story is about a single dad who wants to instill a lesson about online stranger danger to his son using a scary story. So while his son listens on, as he has done many times before with other scary moral stories from his dad, the father tells the son the story of a boy named Kobe, who used to play online on various sites and games with other kids, though he had never seen those other kids. One of these kids was named Helper 23, and they quickly formed a friendship. Eventually, Helper 23 wanted to get Kobe something for his birthday, so Kobe gave him his address. Kobe realized almost immediately after that might not have been a smart move, and that night he planned to confess to his parents when they went to tuck him in. As he waited for his parents to come and tuck him in, Kobe hears the various house sounds he's used to, but also a few that he's not used to. And that's when his dad arrives at the door, though poking his head in at a strange angle and sounding kind of weird. His mother also pokes her head in at a weird angle and sounds just as odd. Almost as if Kobe's dad is just doing a female voice. It's then revealed that they already know about Helper 23 because he wasn't just a kid, but a man who broke into their home and killed his parents. That's when the large man in a wet raincoat drops Kobe's parents' heads and comes into Kobe's bedroom to stab him. As Kobe is dying from the stab wounds, the man hears Kobe's baby brother in the next room crying. So excited, he goes to kill the baby, but finds that he can't. And so he leaves the house of his victims with the baby to raise as his own, naming him William. Throughout the story, the son was getting more and more invested and scared by the events. And by the end, he's freaking out, and it's revealed that his name is William, to which the father, who's been telling the story up to this point, coyly agrees, insinuating he was Helper 23 and that he kidnapped his son William. William then runs up to his bedroom in a fit of sobs, while his father laments that deep down, he thinks his son liked the story. Finn. Yeah, that was a story to scare my son.
Mm-hmm.
So, I suppose we should move on to everyone tolerates the Grand Inquisitions at this point. So I honestly didn't catch anything like super like bad for like typos or anything like that. Though one thing I do want to highlight about this story, on the NoSleep page, the story elements, like the story within the story, is differentiated with indentation that noticeably differentiates those paragraphs from the kind of wraparound present day part of the story. So I think that's kind of well done. Like it helps like differentiate what's going on. But otherwise, that's all I got for Grammar Inquisition. Mikey, these stands for evil.
I have a conjunction junction.
All right.
And next stop, Conjunction Junction. Doot, doot.
But now that I'm getting older, they don't scare me anymore. And grow. And there were some other noises he couldn't quite pinpoint. But we were just getting started with the story. But as he held the baby, the crying died down. But Dad, my name's William. But deep down, I think he liked the story. Finn.
Wow. I don't know how to make that funny, guys.
You don't have to.
I know, but I was like, it's
When
so
Mike
short.
grabs all these sentences throughout a story that start with words that they probably shouldn't, like its, ends, or buts, because there's always better words to use, and strings them together into a story with sometimes hilarious results. Sometimes hilarious results is the key word there.
Yes. Yeah. Fair. All right, then, Gamer, do you have a grammar in yellow?
Yeah, I got a couple. Firstly, the title. It is far too short and reasonable to be a Reddit NoSleep title.
Yeah, really. Like that. It should have been like, son, we need to chat about internet safety. A story, like as I'm about to tell my son a story to scare my son.
Yes, that would be
Something
an
along those
accurate
lines.
NoSleep title.
Yeah. If it's not a full sentence, are they even trying?
Yeah. But joking aside, I do have one actual grammar thing, which I don't know. I might be wrong on it, but I'm going to read it anyways. So the quote is, son, we need to have a chat about internet safety. I slowly crumpled down onto the floor next to him. So when I read that, I saw this like the dad just hit ragdoll mode in a game, and the physics engine like took over to dictate how he falls to the ground. Because like it says I slowly crumpled down to the floor.
Yeah, you're absolutely not alone. My first actual thought is this, where I was just like, did he just crumple like a pop can or deflate to the ground?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it was just because I was like tired or slap happy as I was watching, but I like died of laughter from that first line.
Honestly, me too.
Yeah, it was a
like,
great
is this a comedy?
Yeah, it was a great start. Like, again, like crumpled down, like I can kind of like understand. It's not a good choice. It's not a perfect choice of wording for this, but like I can understand the action he's going with. Like he's like basically like getting down to his like kid's level.
I would
like,
say I
kneeling
slowly
down,
crouched down.
Yes, yeah, that would be the better option.
Kneeled, yeah, anything but not ragdolled to the floor.
Well, no, because it says I slowly crumpled down, which like, all right, like that's not the most common use of that word, but and it will instill a weird image.
Yeah,
but like I crouched
especially
down,
in gamers for sure.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
He just rafflecoptered away.
Yeah, but either way, that's all I got for actual grammar.
Okay. Then I suppose we'll move on to actual thoughts. I'm going to start with not the one that killed me from laughter. I'm going to move on to the next thing I had. His laptop was open and he was playing Minecraft on a public server. His eyes were locked into the action. Comments scrolled down the side of the screen in a chat box. Son, can you stop your game for a minute? God, I hate how relatable this is nowadays. Like the niece cultist and even some of her cousins are like this, like almost
Yeah.
addicted to Minecraft and Roblox stuff specifically, and
Mm.
glued to their Switches and tablets. and like I like, literally went to visit them not too long ago, and my sister like was trying to like ask niece cultist a question, and she was just like would not like, she was just like yeah yeah as she's playing her game, and
Yeah.
really not like processing the outside world.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
was
Yeah.
yeah
As
yeah
I'm playing a
exactly.
game right now during recording.
How fucking dare you?
It's Vampire Survivors. I just walk around in circles while everything dies. It's fine.
Wow. But yeah, I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe how like this is already starting too real.
Absolutely.
That's where you ask a question. It's like, do you want us to put you up for adoption? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah. I've been waiting, honestly. Wait, you're actually paying attention?
Yeah, no. You're terrible parents. No. Like, touche. I'll move on to the next thing I have here. He scrunched his face a little. They were fine when I was 6, but now I'm getting older. They don't scare me anymore. They seem kind of silly. If you are going to tell me a story about the internet, can you at least tell me a really, really scary one? I squinted at him incredulously. He folded his arms. Dad, I'm 10, and I can handle it. Okay, I'll try. Let me tell you the story of Baraska.
Wow.
That'll scare the piss out of you.
Yeah, a little bit. We just can't get away from referencing that.
I know, man. Oh, it's so true.
It's like iconic.
Yeah. But yeah, also don't mind me. I'm just gonna sit in a corner here and have an existential crisis as I continue to relate too hard to this story and this
Yeah.
dad. Like again, like
Don't
this is
relate
like,
too much because he's also a murderer.
I mean, no, I mean that's up to debate, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, like I'm just like gonna have like a crisis as like just like in regards to his interaction with his son, or with like with his child who's like now like getting older and like and I was like, oh, don't mind me. The passage. I'm just gonna contemplate the passage of time and the horror of that.
Mm-hmm.
As we're on our 600th episode of Al Dente.
Yeah. There's your connective tissues time.
Yeah, those noodles are real stale at this point. They're very Al Dente. All right, moving on to the next thing here.
Okay, please.
He sighed deeply and settled in for one of Dad's cheesy stories. I continued. Kobe went online and joined several children's websites. After a while, he started talking to other kids in game and on the message boards. Nope, I know where this is going. I've seen this scenario in other stories. I do not need to hear this. Is what I was thinking.
Yes.
And then the next thing I have here. Finally, his dad's footsteps echoed down. So this is like later after like he's talked to Helper 23, and then like, he's waiting for his parents to come and tuck him in and stuff like that.
Yep.
Finally, his dad's footsteps echoed down the hall. Hey, Dad, he called nervously. I have something to tell you. His dad stuck his head in the doorway at a weird angle. In the darkness, his mouth didn't seem to move, and the eyes were all wrong. Yes, son? The voice was way off, too. Are you okay? Are you okay, Dad? The boy asked. Uh-huh, sung the father in his strangely affected voice. Kobe pulled his covers up defensively. Is Mom around? So at this point, I was like, okay, this is getting better in that it might be something otherworldly and not wholly real world horror. But then later, like a few moments later, as I'm reading, a fat man in a wet jacket emerged from the. Okay, it was a wet jacket, not a wet raincoat. A fat man.
It could have been a wet raincoat.
That's true. Yeah,
A raincoat is a jacket.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, let me continue.
No.
A fat man in a wet jacket emerged in the child's doorway, holding the two severed heads. Kobe shrieked and gasped as the man dropped the heads on the ground, unsheathed his knife, and moved into the room to work on the boy. Update from my earlier comment. Nope, it's worse. It's so much worse. Not gonna lie, when the mom started saying like stuff like they already knew about Helper 23, I had thought that like this was gonna be a nightmare Kobe was having about after falling asleep, after like basically just like drifting to sleep and not realizing it. Because like that kind of thing. But again, nope, it's so much worse in like a real world like break it like in like stranger danger break and entering thing. There's no supernatural thing here. It's just like don't give random strangers online your address.
Yeah. You're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, like there was a glimmer of hope early on when it was like how the dad's like head stuck out at a weird angle and he was like talking funny. I was like, okay, maybe this is just like something has broken into their home, but it's like something supernatural, like a mimic or some kind of like weird, creepy, like that thing from like Dead by Daylight that like is clearly somebody like some creature inside of somebody's like skin, and it's like all distorted and such.
I don't know. I don't play games.
What?
I don't play that game specifically. I just wanted to read for a loop.
Yeah. But yeah, like that kind of thing is like maybe it's something that's like puppeting like their skin and like that's what it is. And like that I love how like that's where my brain is like, all right, that can't hurt me because that's just supernatural. Like that's something that's not real.
Yeah.
Let it be something let it be something supernatural and not real.
You want your supernatural safety blanket, but no, sir.
Yeah, God, we should be selling a plus one supernatural safety blanket on Reddit.
Yeah.
On Redbubble.
That'd be awesome. Would it be a Snuggie?
Yeah, I think it would have to be. Anyway, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually the last thing I have for the story. He walked out of the nursery, took the baby home, named him William, and raised him as his very own. After I finished the story, my son was visibly shaken. Between ragged staccato breaths, he stammered, "But Dad, my name's William." I gave him a classic dad wink and tousled his hair. "Of course it is, son." William ran up the stairs to his bedroom in a fury of sobs. But deep down, I think he liked the story. Okay, I know that, as established earlier, this is likely just like a fictional story made to scare the shit out of his son. And but there's also a part of my mind lingering there in the back that's just like wondering. And then I just go, fuck. Like, is this just a story, or is this like the dad just basically straight up admitting to his son that he murdered his parents and took him and raised him as his own? Like, I do kind of question the man's scare tactics also, like, but only just a little. Like, it's definitely on the scared straight end of the moral like spectrum of like how to parent. Also, to be a little critically silly here, this story kind of feels like the mirror dimension version of the story "I Love You Too, Costco Hot Dog."
Yeah, kind of.
Like it's sort of like the same kind of like
One twist at the end,
or a twist or reveal at the end, but in a horror way. But Dad, my name's Costco Hot Dog. Of course it is, son. His hair winks.
So I have a question in regards to like William's father and everything. Does he also have a young baby brother as well?
What do you mean?
Or was that in the story?
Oh, that was in the story. Yeah.
Okay. For half a second, I thought that in the real world he also had a baby brother, insinuating that the father has killed again and done it again since then.
He just keeps stealing little boys.
Yeah. Well, he wants kids, but no one can stand him. So
yeah,
and he doesn't want to adopt because he's a murderer. He won't give him a child,
and he's too cheap to adopt.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't want to
Always
do
a
the paper.
convicted murderer.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do
One
the
of the two.
paperwork. So yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna also from like my notes here. This story could technically be considered a troll pasta, since it is a creepypasta about a dad trolling his son. Or is
That's
he?
true.
I guess trolling his son regardless. Like even if like like trolling his son, like yeah, no, you're not only are you adopted, son, but I
That's
murdered
the way that you tell your child that they're adopted.
I murdered your parents, made you an orphan, and adopted you with extreme prejudice.
With extreme prejudice.
Oh my god. This is like
That's
okay.
excellent.
By the way, this is almost like, but now that I think about it, this is like what happened with like how the guy like murdered the family and then like got the baby is almost scene for scene what happens in one of the newer like Halloween movies, where Michael Myers like goes throughout a house, murders like the parents and I think the older son or sibling, and then he hears a crying of a baby, grabs a knife from the kitchen and walks into the nursery. We don't see him kill the baby, but he walks out of the baby's room with and there's no crying.
Oh,
So insinuating just how evil Michael Myers is, but I kind of like
maybe he just went in
Michael.
there, gave him a pacifier.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, but I mean, also it is Michael Myers, so like he is supposed to be like literally like evil incarnate. Like he has has no no empathy whatsoever. But I do kind of like the idea of like Michael Myers just adopting a child that after from a family that he's murdered to raise him as a little Michael.
Yeah.
He needs the spirit of Samhain needs a new host, or the cult of thorns needs a new host for their killer when Michael gets too old. But yeah, it's just like again, I like how that got so much I like how that. Thank you for enjoying that adopting with extreme prejudice.
It's so good.
But yeah, that is about what I have for the story. Honestly, it was fairly short, so yeah. Mikey, the stands for evil. What do you have for actual thoughts?
All right. So, my first actual thought is that this is a classic example of a campfire story.
Yeah.
Because it basically, instead of sitting around a campfire, they're sitting at the computer playing video games.
It's a campfire story for the modern day.
Yeah, exactly. It's like yeah, again, it's like one of those because a lot of those campfire stories were like moral like stories to like, all right, don't go into those woods at night, like don't sneak out of your tents at night to go in those woods, otherwise Jason Voorhees will get you. Let me tell you a little bit about Jason Voorhees. He wasn't in the first movie. In fact, it was his mom in the first movie, but
goes through and just talks about the scene for scene the entire movie.
Yeah, exactly. Don't have sex if you end up being a camp counselor. Don't have sex. Watch
just at all.
Otherwise, you might end up creating the next slasher film, and not in the good way that you think. But yeah, sorry. Continue, Mikey.
All right. So the next actual thought here is really my only criticism. So Colby figured it wouldn't hurt to give Helper 23 his home address, as long as he promised not to tell it to any strangers or grown-ups. So I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I didn't fully know my mailing address. Like,
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, honestly, I do gotta agree. But
you got the street name, you got the town, the province, but knowing the postal code, like, I wouldn't know that as a kid.
Well, it depends. Does like this kid have a pen pal or something? Like he might actually know it because of stuff like that.
It's true, potentially, but it's not mentioned.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
The easy way to fix this for me would be if he just basically stole some mail that was on the counter or something to get the address.
Yeah, just put in a single line that says that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do partially agree with you, but I also like my own lived in experience is like when I was a kid, my parents specifically like made a rhyme out of our home phone number and our address. So that
Oh, why don't you
Well,
tell it?
so I'm not saying it specifically, even though I no longer live in that house or that place.
Just dox your old
Yeah, just
address.
yeah.
well,
But yeah, like
la-di-da.
but I know I'm that's why I said I partially agree because like my own like again like you were saying like you didn't know as a kid, but like I'm just saying like that's like where like kind of I partially agree because like not every kid did had the same kind of like upbringing that I did or you did. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mr. Fancy parents like to make rhymes over here.
Mr. Parents were trying to like instill or memorizing tactics with their son who was terrible at memorizing things. Thanks for bringing my own disabilities up, sir.
You're welcome.
See, I can guilt you too.
Ah.
I
Anyway.
can't, but
So my last actual thought, I'm being a little critically silly here.
oh yeah.
He walked out of the nursery, took the baby home, and named him Will I Am, and raised him as his own.
Wow.
Will I am. I do not like green eggs and ham. Will I am.
My name's William. No, it's Will I Am. WILL space I space.
You ruined my life. How can I ruin your life? I was
I
barely
wasn't
in it.
there.
I wasn't even there. I should know. I named you.
So stupidly good.
Oh, that meme never goes away.
No. Forever and always.
Yep.
And that's into my actual thoughts.
All right. Then I suppose we'll move on to Gamer.
What little I have left, yes. Because it's a short story, so generally we don't have a lot to talk about when that's the case. But yeah, jumping to the end, I guess. The William twist was like quite good, but also like, damn, that's a rough way to like tell a creepy story to your child. Like that kid might be scarred for the rest of his life.
Yeah, like I don't get me wrong. Like this kind of parenting, like again, like that's what's been done like time and time again of like scare tactics for kids to keep them away from things. But like that one's like almost crossing a line. like
Yeah,
this one almost like you may like it's like as he's like running up to his bedroom, it's like you'll be hearing from my therapist in 10 years.
yeah. Also super accurate. Yeah, like I feel like that kid is gonna have such a like distrust for anyone on the internet that he's not even gonna like play any multiplayer games anymore, or like even like kids at school, like new kid shows up, he's like, hi, it's like, ah, he just runs away.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
On the plus side, kid's now going to be really good at school and sports because he's going to focus like on that kind of stuff. On the downside, therapy bills 10 years later.
Yeah.
Also, a deep-seated distrust of your father.
Yes.
of your only parent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his angst phase is going to hit hard.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Actually, if you don't mind, for just a quick thing, I just noticed like there is like an edit part at the bottom of the story, where OvenFriend does like thank a bunch of people for like the accolades, like all the trophies they got for like that month when they posted this. And then it's like, if you're interested, I blog about single parenting tips and some of my, in quotes, other activities. And then there's like a link to ovenfriend.com. However, when you click the link, it goes to a dead website. Like the website's no longer there.
No. Wait, how old is this?
It's 2014.
Oh, okay.
So
that makes
sense.
Fair enough. But yeah, as I kind of mentioned before, one of the ways that would kind of make this story hit a little harder is like if at the start of the story, it's talking like the son William is like commenting about his baby brother like making too much noise in the other room or something like that, and then it goes through this whole story, and then at the end he goes over to take care of the father goes over to take care of the baby, which would kind of like wrap it around thinking that like, yeah, William is potentially actually adopted with extreme prejudice, but his little brother might be as well.
Yeah, like
he's still doing it.
The man just keeps killing families, but sparing the child because he wants to be a father.
That'd be the only way to make this like loop even better.
Oh my God.
Completely connect it all.
And then I have a perfect title for this movie, like a perfect title, like alternative title to A Story to Scare My Son.
I hope it's a full sentence.
I gotta figure out how to make a full sentence. It was definitely not going to be a full sentence.
Okay, well, tell me what you're going to say first before I ruined it.
Father's Day. But it's like, here's a story to scare my son right just in time for Father's Day. That might be just long enough.
Yes, it is a complete sentence after all. But yeah, let's see. That might actually be everything else I have to say because the story like read well and it was all just nicely tied together. So I don't know what else to say. I chimed in as much as I could on your guys' stuff too.
It's almost like the story like got a bunch of accolades when it first got posted for a reason. Like, yeah. Again, like you look at some of the like again, I was mentioning this earlier before recording, but like I was looking at the comments. I was like, first, like the top comment. Not gonna lie, that ending fucked me up a bit. Good job.
Yeah,
and that's the gist of all the other comments. Is like very well written. Like this is fucked up. Good job.
Makes I hate it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I suppose with that, we'll move on to final thoughts. And yeah, so still going to recommend it. It's short and sweet. And I'll admit it grabbed me with the opening real world themes of horror. And then even got me with the ending. Like I was like, oh, that's fucking dark. Good job.
Yep, absolutely.
As the comments all kind of suggested too. So yeah, I recommend it, though I do perhaps question a little bit the man's parenting tactics.
Hey man, if it works.
Just a little, yeah. It's like, just a little. But otherwise, yeah, no, it was a good little creepy story, so well done. Mikey, these Sense for Evil.
Yeah, as stated, it was very much a modern campfire story, which had a good zinger at the end, so I'm still going to recommend it.
And gamer.
Yeah, for me, it was a great, scary, short story. Got to the point, felt believable, and by the end left me questioning if the story was actually just a made-up story or not. And it's all, like, wrapped in real-world horror, so that supernatural safety blanket has to just stay in the cupboard. You can't access it. That cupboard's locked, you know?
I'm, like, clawing at it like a dog. It's like, no! Like, no, I'm bleeding as I'm bleeding and, like, I'm chipping my nails on the wood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, yeah, like this story is like, it's a good creepypasta, and it's an appropriate Reddit NoSleep story, because a lot of like Reddit NoSleep stories are supposed to be believable. They're supposed to be grounded in some kind of realism, and you're never supposed to like be out of character. And like, even with the edit, like it adds in like that, even though like the link may be dead now, but like the fact that he includes like a link on like parenting tips and other activities.
Yeah.
It's just like the perfect like final touch on like the story otherwise. So
that was in quotations too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Other activities.
Other activities. How to adopt children with extreme prejudice.
Yeah. He says like a step-by-step guide on how he does it.
Yeah. First you catfish some kids online. It's like, ugh.
Is that the term for that specifically?
Yeah, catfishing. Well, catfishing I don't think it's for like, it's basically about like lying about your identity online. Basically.
Yeah.
Usually for like dating and stuff like that. Like when it comes, it usually involves like dating like between like people of the same age kind of thing, or not actually. Sometimes I guess to get darker, but yeah, I guess that'll do it for this week's episode. So like roundhouse recommendations to the face.
Yep.
Well, bam, recommend.
Actually, I have one more thing to say as well. One thing that's nice about this story is it is short and sweet, and like I don't think making the story longer would have actually helped it at
No.
all.
Yeah, I agree. Like it is
except for one
perfect.
sentence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
except for-
that one sentence.
But like, yeah, like just change crumple to crouch, and you're good.
Yes, absolutely.
But like other than that,
Well,
like,
I think
yeah,
Mikey's talking about the one that he wanted added in with the once like the kid goes to get some mail to get his address, cover
is
all
that
the
the one?
bases. Yeah,
Yep.
but
Okay,
also crouched.
Well, yeah, we're talking about adding because technically
Oh yeah, fair enough.
the crouch is editing, not adding anything.
Oh man, you're just really loving that like nitpickiness there. The couch is really comfy over there.
Oh yeah,
You should know.
Well,
You're
there's
always
son of a
in there.
yeah. There's this weird bug groove in the couch.
Hey, I had to sit there for a while to get that.
Yeah.
Do not change that.
Do it.
But yeah, no, I totally agree. Like this story, honestly, like with the like one sentence fixed, like, and even I from personally, I take that or leave that, but like teach their own. But like, yeah, no, the story otherwise, like it's perfect, like in terms of length, and like you don't need to add any more to it because it's is this almost as perfect as Who Is Phone?
Interesting. It's pretty close to it,
Yeah,
honestly.
Holy
Kind of.
shit. Like legit. Like, is this actually like the ideal like? Because like we've been saying it for years, like creepypastas are kind of like the modern day campfire story, and like have we found like a near perfect creepypasta?
We
Like
may have.
a campfire for the modern day?
Yes, a very near perfect modern day campfire story.
Yeah. Wow.
We
Whose
did it.
phone is sweating right now?
Didn't think that was going to be possible.
Man, in our 600th episode.
Right. Yeah, I
All
didn't
right.
think that this story was going to hit so good.
Yeah,
like, especially because it's
honestly-
number 600. Like, but yeah.
I'll be honest. This was a Russian roulette. Like,
Oh, really?
Like, I did not look. I was planning on reading the story before I suggested for this week episode. I did not. So like, I
Nice.
went in on this like, also sweating bullets. Like, oh, please be good, please be good, please be good.
It was meant to be.
Yeah. But yeah, that just sometimes happens. That's just life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's it for tonight. If you like what you heard, or if you didn't, leave us a comment in the comment section below where this gets posted. Some of us are on Blue Sky. Mikey, for example, is at E stands for evil, and I'm at Review Cultist. You can also send us emails at aldenterigamortis@gmail.com. That's ALDENTERIGAMORTIS@gmail.com. Where you can also leave us suggestions for other creepypastas, SCPs, spooky things. You creep it, we'll peep it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to help support our show financially, you can go to Patreon. We have special episodes, early access, and extra content. To all our patrons helping support the show, thank you immensely. You're helping keep those hosting bills at bay. And as always, we very much appreciate that. And to our listeners and the authors of these stories, thank you immensely. Because without your listenership, it'd be like screaming into the void. And without your authorship, writing and posting these stories online for people to enjoy, we really wouldn't have much of a show because we'd have nothing to talk about. So thank you. Now's a good time to mention that we are a part of a podcast network, Crit in the Night, an actual play and creepypasta podcast network. We're there alongside our sister podcast, One Less Die, and our cousin podcast, The Role Playing Exchange, for things that go crit in the night. Until next time, I have been your host, Review Cultist.
I'm Mikey, the E stands for evil.
And I'm the gamer in yellow.
And this has been Al Dente Rigamortis. Sleep well.